Hello people, let me just fetch the stream. Okay, live. Yes, everything
should
be fine. Let me just find
the chat.
Yeah, let me just load the chat.
So we can interact with our lovely viewers.
Yeah, some of them not so much. Oh, did I say that out loud?
You're not supposed to say that.
Sorry.
Did you mute the tab?
No, God damn it. Yeah, thank you, George.
No problem. Otherwise, we would have had a guest appearance from our audio team again.
Yeah, it's just okay. We are live.
Yeah.
Hello, people. Welcome to the World Cup 2017 official launch with George and Mitko, the usual suspects in such cases. Well, we have one more usual suspect, whose name is Diane, but we keep him for special occasions. Yeah, something like jumping out of cakes and dancing and singing and etc. So
Halloween.
yeah, as you can see, people, we are live. The qualifiers are live. We are right on schedule, which is surprising for us. Oh, did I say that out loud?
You're not supposed to say that again.
Okay.
You're drawing attention.
Yeah, so welcome people to the qualifiers and welcome to our live stream. George, how do you feel?
Excited?
Like a host of this show of this magnitude for a first time?
Yeah, it's the first time in my life that I'm a host for a World Cup of anything.
Yeah,
you know, so
yeah.
That's pretty great.
Yeah,
I guess,
yeah.
It's yeah, I guess that's the World Cup officially started.
Yes.
Obviously the top 10.
Yes.
Countries
Let me just
chilling right now.
Let me just clear before we go on that this live stream, this gameplay you see here, that is our observers account, which we have specifically created to observe the qualifiers and to observe that you behave.
No cheating from our side.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Yes.
We're not helping anyone in any way.
We won't help anybody in any way. I definitely prefer the older version of this game. Bartek Bogas. Yes, yes, version 5. But
nice to see a note face.
Yes, the welcome, Bartek. Let me just tell you that the world is moving on, so we are moving on as well. But if you want to, you can still play in the older version of our game. We haven't closed it yet.
Yes.
So, George, what qualifiers can we expect? Crazy ones.
Well, I mean, right now it's a solo game, obviously.
Yeah.
But we are having the boosted start. We do have an initial start of centralization and stuff like that. So you basically start on the verge of white units and medium units.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting because we haven't had that before in a World Cup.
Yeah.
So it's a World Cup is something that's completely different in the format. So I think we should expect more unexpected results because people are not used to that in the World Cup.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, definitely. I don't remember. Did we have this type of start in a Nomad type of tournament before?
Yes.
Yes.
In Nomad's Invasions, you only have Nomad's Invasions, but here you have a Nomad's Invasions as qualifiers.
Yeah, no, I mean the boosted beginnings. So
yes.
Yeah.
It's not the first time, but it's not on. I seem to have some kind of problems with my browser, probably.
Alright, what are those?
Yeah, let me just...
everything seems to be showing up fine.
Yeah. Okay, so...
You can click F11, I guess.
Yes, F11.
Yeah.
So, George, let's first run some numbers. 125 countries.
Over 10,000 contestants. Good job, guys.
Yeah, close to 12,000.
Yeah.
A little bit less than the last year, but from what I've heard,
just
the
talking
quality,
about,
the quality this year
Should we bring out the statistic right now?
is amazing. Yeah, we should bring the statistic right now, and let me just tell you that we have breaking news.
Every time we have breaking
news. Yes,
news.
I love this game. I'm one of the world champion, gold medal. Congratulations, Himmel.
You're gonna see your face
Chakma.
now.
Yeah, you're gonna probably see your face in a moment. Let me just tell you, we did
nickname.
Yes, we did our research, and we counted the amount of players who have won medals in the history of all the World Cup tournaments. And guess what? They are 360 altogether, and they all have registered for this World Cup. I will repeat, all the 360 medalists in the history of the World Cup have registered for this edition of the tournament.
Yeah, some of them haven't played in a lot of time as well.
Yes,
but they're back.
A lot of them, nearly half of them, have returned for this tournament. And
you know why I think that is?
Why?
I think it's because of the country change we did. I'm not sure.
That was my thoughts as well. Look at this. I'm gonna just keep scrolling down.
Yeah, it's 360 names, so it's gonna take a
all
while.
the epic names. If you see your name here, people just yell because you have.
No. If you see it, like and share.
Yeah, like and share. Yeah,
and subscribe.
And subscribe and play the game and register. So as you can see, guys, the list is long. Those are the epic players who have registered in this edition. So, do you really think that the rules are involved?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence. I mean, that's all of the medalists. Wow. And maybe because of, I don't know, we did change some stuff with the group stages as well.
Yeah.
With the median rush rules and stuff like that.
Yeah. And also we published on hot statistics on Friday, as you probably saw, and you know what the numbers there for the Bulgarian and the Brazilian team, for example, nearly 60 people will fight for a spot in top 30. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, Brazil and Bulgaria are
and I read some comments in the this is the most epic
do you want me to switch? Do you want to switch? Because this might be
no, don't worry. And I read some comments of the players, let's say the candidates in the Bulgarian and the Brazilian team, that it will be really tough to rank in,
even if you're a really great player.
Yeah.
There's only 30 places.
People were talking about some kind of minimum limit of network points you have to have for those teams to qualify in the top 30, and they were talking about some numbers, 50 million network points and up, just to get into top 30. And when you see that all of the, let's say, in the Bulgaria, you have 2 times world champion, you have the Croatians who also are 2-time world champion. All these people will be in, and you have to compete with them.
And obviously, I think the net points right now will be a bit higher than usual as well, because you do start with the boosted economy.
Yeah.
The world is times 10.
Yeah.
And the Nomads are not that far between. The waves are pretty constant, pretty fast. It's not like you wait a day more for a wave. It's every 10
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
So I expect more net points than normally. We remember a recent Nomad tournament where top players underestimated that actually.
Yeah.
The previous Nomads we had, I don't
Yeah.
think anyone was unbeaten. Everyone lost at least one battle in the Nomad games.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the first time we had.
Yeah, the
something
first
like
time
that.
we had a game without undefeated,
Yeah.
which is probably the most prized.
Mhm.
Do you think that will repeat on the qualifiers?
I mean, it depends on how people read the rules. Again, they're not very different than the last ones, so I can tell you for a fact now that boosting your net points just for the sake of getting more barbarians is not really a good solution, maybe.
Why?
But, well, obviously having more net points is something that happens in the game naturally, but sometimes you gotta think about how you can be on the verge of the most effective
Yeah.
place. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to
yeah,
be
Yeah.
too high in net worth points because then you're gonna have armies that you won't be able to stop.
Yeah.
So you gotta be really economical on what researches you do,
Yeah.
which ones are the most important ones, and not researching stuff just for the sake of it so you can get more net worth points. You know,
Yeah.
it's
So.
interesting.
Yeah, let me show you that another very interesting table here. We now have a schedule of the Nomad waves. So Nomad waves are now civilized, like us. They notify us
They come
in
on,
advance.
They
The-
go live on time.
Yes, when
Unlike some other people.
yes,
that
when
don't care.
when they will attack you, they say, okay, we will be here at 10 o'clock because we are gentlemen, and you have to
Yeah.
meet us.
That's how
on
the wars
battle.
were fought before.
Yeah,
Two sides
yeah.
on one
Yes,
field, and
yes,
they're just
and-
like, should we start? Yeah. right.
Yes, raise the flag and march. And Napoleon fought that way.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
way before somebody.
So our wave's French then.
Yes,
Yeah.
before somebody thought of the machine gun and those
Another
battle
scummy
marches. Yes,
tactics.
they're fighting dirty.
So maybe
and-
our waves are British because they're always on time, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we have a schedule for the World Cup. Because the Nomads thought it was good for them to notify us about those things, which we congratulate them. So,
It's
George.
nice. It's nice to know when everything
Yeah.
is gonna come. You know?
yeah. So, George, as we can see, we already have some people making some network points.
Yeah.
This is the Bulgarian ranking. Let me just clarify that each of the nation has its own ranking during the qualifiers, so we only see the Bulgarian
As you can see
one,
the flag on
and
top left.
I already see some familiar faces
Oh yeah.
in the top 20 of
Stoyanov,
this
yeah, are you in the chat?
ranked. Yeah.
Sir Harry, there it is.
Yes.
There it is.
And
Nicely done.
Stoyanov
there.
is here as
Yeah.
well. Gladiator one is not
Yeah.
Somebody
Pilato.
unfamiliar, and etc. and etc.
Everyone.
So,
everyone.
15 minutes have passed.
This is
Oh
some
my
serious,
god!
serious,
Oh my god! That I am absolutely positive.
This is the World Cup,
That-
man.
yes.
It's not like a regular Nomad
Yeah,
tournament
yeah,
where you're like,
yeah.
oh, I'm gonna chill for a while.
Yeah.
No chilling.
No.
Go out.
No. You, I have been a witness of their regime during this kind of tournament, and
Yeah.
let me tell you, they actually look like a military unit. It has an amazing discipline. People are scheduled on rotations. When every 4 hours somebody has to take a shift. There are no. I'm talking about
The group stages and stuff
yeah,
like that.
and all the major alliances play in a very similar military fashion. No questions asked. No No,
Yeah.
because I have always said it that in this game, especially in the Alliance, uh, you don't need democracy. You have to follow orders
Well,
because
I don't know. I guess it depends on the countries, right? Because I'm sure that some countries have a different way of dealing with tactics. Obviously, the most efficient way would be to have someone you designated as leader and you follow everything he says.
yeah.
But I'm sure that some teams also have a more democratic way of dealing with things.
Are you
like
sure
communications.
about
I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's some play styles that might suit this.
Yeah.
But you are right that leadership and figuring out what to do on the spot very fast is the most important thing in the World Cup, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, we won't see it in the qualifiers because it's a solo game.
Yeah.
But when the group stages happen, it's going to be very important. When you settle on something, you don't back out. You just do it. And that's why a lot of teams have started out strong, but through time they've demoralized or went a bit off course.
Also, there's that thing that okay, you have qualified in the top 30.
Yeah.
You are now a national. You get a leader who is automatically assigned the first one. In network points, is automatically assigned as a leader. You have 30 people, especially in the major alliances. You have 30 people who are basically machines. People with huge ego, winners, leaders of alliances.
Everyone wants to be a leader.
all of their jackets in front are in medals. They even
in
wear
real
it,
life, even when they
yes,
play.
and they wear it on their pants because they don't have space on their chests. You know, like some of the leaders in our modern world. And you have to get these 30 people
to listen to you,
and you have to convince them that they should play as a team and compete against unbelievably good
well, you know what,
teams.
It's a good thing that we have the voting system implemented. So if the player that's top player in a certain country doesn't want to be a leader, there is a scenario that alliances could vote for a different one. And I also think that's very important because through discussion in the beginning, you might be like, the top player in the country might be like, hey guys, I really don't want to be a leader, I recommend someone else. And everyone's like, okay, let's think about it. Who has the best type of personality and decision making for that? Because I think whoever qualifies in the group stage is gonna know everyone in their team either way. So people know who they're playing with, so they should also know who is the best leader from all the years.
A player last week, Cedric, said that it's the diplomacy is already working between some of the teams. I mean, how confident you are before the qualifiers have started, that you know that you will be a national.
You gotta come prepared.
You know that you will be a diplomat, and you know who your friends will be between the other nations.
It's crazy.
And you are just that new dude who is trying to be a national. You have to compete with these guys. This reminds me of the Dark Knight movie, when one of the employee had revealed the secret Batmobile and the scale of it, and he had found it, and he went to Morgan Freeman and said to him, I want $50 million or I will reveal to the world that Bruce Wayne is Batman. And Morgan Freeman was like, okay, so let me see, you know the secret of the most influential and rich guy in the world who fights crime in his spare time, and you wanna face this guy to extort him? goodbye. Good luck. Yeah.
Don't play with the big league.
yeah. I wish you
Get
good
away,
luck. Yeah.
scrub.
I wish you good luck. And the other guy was like, okay.
All right.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
This is very similar, and you have to really compete with the best of the best in the qualifiers, and then the qualifiers end, and you face the best of the best, probably the bestest of the best in the group stage, and you know what happens in group stage. People play dirty in group stage.
Imagine if someone qualifies in a group stage from a country and no one knows him, and he's like, "Hi guys, what's happening?" Just
Mexico. Mexico did that thing in the last. They weren't even drawn in the live draw. They weren't among the top 36 teams, and they finished 20th at the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we are expecting same thing from.
We saw a lot of
from USA because we have a big returner.
Oh yeah, he can
in the US team.
Some firepower.
He can definitely carry the team. Because we all know who he is, and we all know that Dariusz will play for Poland. Sir Harry will play for Bulgaria and probably lead it. I don't know. There's the rumors I hear. So
there's a lot of players that might be contested.
Yeah, all of the stars are here. All of the stars, all of the legendary names
the stars have aligned.
We all know. So George, will we have, let's say, the battle of the three
yes, it will be
titans.
Glorious, it will be epic. It will be unexpected.
John Zilla against Sir Harry against Dariusz.
Holy shit.
And the other guys.
Excuse my language.
Oh my god.
But it's code for like.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. Yeah. Okay. Excuse my language as well. I definitely have a good feeling about this this tournament. Of course, we will talk again. The next Monday, and I will be certain.
Yeah. Can you see the netbox again?
Yes.
Just want to see how far we went. All right, not that different, but the war ones are activating, so everyone's played a bit now.
Yeah.
Usually that's not the case when you go in a normal Nomad tournament. The first hour is hit and miss.
Yeah.
But this is win.
And it will be tough because we have the Dominion Rush rule set, which is quite different.
It is.
A lot of the teams who have not played in the Dominion Rush should be very careful.
Yeah, and even those who have played have not played with 30 people.
Yes, and should read a lot, and in order to get the mechanics, because all the people who have played in the Dominion Rush will have probably the advantage of the knowledge.
Yeah, and you should know the calculator when you sleep, and when someone wakes you up and asks you a question, you should be like, the calculator works like this.
Yes, we use that formation, and we go here.
I'm sure that people know the formulas and everything, just like they're crazy about it.
They put everything in Excel sheets, man. You don't believe
guys, that's our work.
How crazy those people are. Did I tell you about this guy years ago?
Yeah.
When he posted, what do you have to play in a period of 2 weeks, every hours, time by time. What do you start? What do you get? And they probably
robots.
Yeah, they probably play they will probably play the first 1 week without even think.
Oh yeah, a lot of it is automatic in the beginning. Although you always want to question what you're doing, because even if it is automatic, like it's like a build order in a strategy game, just drawn out in a long time.
Yeah.
But for the qualifiers, I think that's very valid. Yeah.
Okay, so George, let's talk about stock resources.
Yeah.
How far could they get you?
I mean, I'm just
in development.
I'm just
Have you made some calculations?
Oh, you mean like what you start with?
Yeah.
Obviously, you cannot start the next centralization immediately. But you basically have to play like a few hours to be able to do that. It depends how much you're dedicated to it. Maybe a few minutes as well. Because we do walk you out of centralization 5, which is when you can, which is like you can see how much more resources you need. It's not a lot. I mean, if you go, it depends on what government you also want to choose, because you have governments unlocked right now. So it's very important to figure out what you want to play as. If you want to, you need a lot of goats right now. So I guess you could go imperialism, but then again, you don't have a lot of vassals, so that might not be the best case.
Yeah, you're limited to 8+1.
But if you also go barbarian and attack other barbarians, that might also not be a good case, because you boost your attacks. You know, it's a double-edged knife. So I'm not really sure what the best strategy is. I think we've managed to balance the governments in a way that you don't really have the best scenario in the beginning. It just, whichever your playstyle is, just figure out that.
Okay then, whichever the playstyle should be in these qualifiers.
I don't think I can give you a specific one, because that's a good thing.
Just give me your opinion.
Personally,
How would you start?
I would play like feudal, because I like to turtle and I like to be calm, and I like to protect myself and be like, hey, this is a nice kingdom I have here, just don't mess with me.
Turtling is a legit strategy.
It is,
if you are attacked every 10 hours.
Yeah.
From increasingly powerful
and also
armies.
It allows you to repair your fortress for free, which can be a big thing.
Oh yeah.
When the waves start happening a lot. And it also, I guess, allows you for, I think with feudalism you can easily get away with having less settlements, less provinces, because stuff is split between the provinces you have, so you might want to have not the maximum amount of provinces and just stick to 5 or 6 for a long time, until you hit the sweet spot when you think it's enough and you gotta go up more. Because I remember in the previous Nomads, we had some players that were with like 3 times less than the top net worth points. And they didn't have a single loss. And they were operating on like a very small amount of provinces. Very strategically playing, very, very calm and very, very calculated.
Optimal.
Although when you said the thing about the top teams and how many spots there are, maybe that's not a good strategy, because you need the net points as well. So
you need those network points, baby.
So you gotta go crazy on everything as well. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Well, people, another strategy is you make friendly accounts to boost the Nomad attacks against your main account. So you can get a lot of income from the increasingly strong Nomad attacks, but that could bite you in the ass.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't calculate, if it's a closely calculated attack, and you throw a bad RNG, and
if you're relying on winning on morale, it might be difficult. It might be difficult to say.
And a lot of people are playing this because they are adrenaline junkies. I would never play this like. Usually, a lot of them then come and moan to us because we sacked them. We robbed their dreams. Well, you don't play the close calculator battle. You know you can lose always if you have 10 calculated battles and even one of them is a loss. You change.
You just don't do it.
You just don't do it. You just don't do it.
I can tell you that so many times that one is gonna happen.
It will be this one.
Yeah, it definitely will be.
and in let's say in the mid and late game, a loss from the Nomads will just send you back into school.
Yeah. Don't trust the battle simulator, but with a pinch of salt. Just make sure. Make sure you've done all precautions. Take out fortifications.
Also, people, we will again expect your screenshots with your epic battles. Yeah. I mean, what is an epic battle? An epic battle is when you fend off a Nomad attack with lower tier army completely. We saw this in one of the last people were sending how they fend off a heavy Nomad attack with light units, and you have to. It's unbelievable, you know. It's something unbelievable.
We don't have the medals for this now, but you are used to people like that.
And I really like that, and I would appreciate if you guys send us these kind of battles, because we will show them and we will commend them like usual, and it's a pleasure to see that how you are able to pull off these kind of battles. It's always epic.
I think it's
1 million light spearmen, and
I think people are gonna be more conservative a bit now.
Oh
because it's the stakes are high. But if you do your predictions right, and you think about how many waves there are, and you see how they advance in terms of power. Let's say you've had 3 waves, you saw how much higher they go. You can kind of tell at what point it's gonna get tough for you. So you could do those strategy in the early game if you're up for it, and then you can perhaps rely on white units for a while and spend your resources less.
Basically, you don't have the at certain point you don't have the necessary population for these kind of battles, but nevertheless people do it.
And also you gotta care about you might have a win that's where you didn't defeat a lot of enemies, but you also didn't receive a lot of resources from the battle.
So guys, send us your epic defenses against the Nomads. We will think of prizes, of course. If a battle is especially epic, we will think of prizes. Maybe I will make the artists up there to come up with some kind of medal. The light spearman epic medal or something,
with a specific time and date of the battle that happened.
And we will make it epic. Just if you have those battles, send them. We are here each Monday.
That's actually a great idea. Because you know, on the marathons, I know in the Berlin Marathon right now, people were going to a place where they can get their medal engraved with their name and their time, the time for which they completed the marathon. So it's a special monument.
So send us your epic battles if you have ones, and we will show them and we will talk about prizes then. So George, the first attack should launch at probably 25 minutes or so, and I think that we are done for today.
I think so.
Probably.
I mean, you guys know what the Nomads are. If you are watching us and you're playing, chances are you're not a newbie to the game, No, otherwise, I'm sure a lot of people are like, hey, this is the World Cup, let's just register. But just know you're in for a tough competition, and don't expect to go in the top 30 without.
And don't despair.
A lot of time.
Don't despair. The best way to learn this game is to compete with the best. That is
how you learn.
It's tough, but those I can guarantee you that the best of the best players in our history are here, and all of you who are new to this tournament will face the best of the best in this game. So only one thing to do.
Look at all the villagers; they're so frantic. Like they're running around. Nomads are coming.
Yeah, nomads are coming. Frantic where? This guy doesn't seem to care.
What about this lady? She was like going crazy.
Yeah, it's business as usual.
Seems like she's just like
these
gossiping
guys,
around the city.
These guys are okay. When the nomads say that they were coming? There's still time. Let's go to the tavern and have some beer. See?
And spend some wheels of fortune and open some chests.
Until the first pillage was successful.
And then party.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, we wish you good luck in the qualifiers. May the best of you become a representative of your nation, and may the gods of war and the RNG be with you in the upcoming.
I think the RNG is the most important.
Yes.
No, we don't have a lot of RNG in this one, definitely.
In the upcoming onslaught, and it will be an onslaught, believe me.
Yeah.
See you on Monday, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Good work, have fun.
Good luck in the World Cup. Okay.
Yeah.
Close something. Yes. Right.